Hello and welcome. No Rest for the Wicked has been out for a few weeks now in early access, and I've been wondering what might be coming down the pipeline in version 1.0. So, this video is 5 things that we may get in the full retail version of the game. This is pure speculation though, so please don't hold me to any of it. Number 5, building plots. Now, we know we're getting farming in No Rest for the Wicked because Moon Studios have already told us this on the Steam page, but could we also be getting some sort of building mechanic too? Now, we already have the ability to purchase a house and decorate it, etc, but will the devs go one step further and give us the ability to actually make our houses from scratch? As crafting is a pretty big aspect of the game, I could actually see this coming to fruition. Number 4, robbing and stealing. From the main whisper in Sacrament, if you head down this little back path towards the water fountain, you'll come across an NPC called Ewald. After speaking to him for a short while, you'll realise he has all the morals of a career politician and would rob you blind the minute your back's turned. However, he could be quite a useful quest giver, giving us missions to go out into the expanded world and steal all sorts of rare items. For a small cut of the profit, of course. It would also give an opportunity to expand on the stealth mechanics because at the moment they're a little underutilised. Number 3, extra tools. When you go into your inventory, you can't help but notice that besides the shovel, the fishing rod, the axe and the pickaxe, you've got 2 spare slots. In reality, those slots are probably going to be filled with farming implements because we know farming is going to be a thing in the game. But maybe one of those slots could be filled with something that's going to be used for traversal. Even in this early access release, there's quite a few areas that are just tantalisingly out of reach. Could we see something like a Zelda style hookshot that we can use to get to higher ground, pull down bridges or even break down doors? I think once the full game's released we're going to see more of an emphasis on exploration, so I don't think a tool of this nature is out of the question. Number 2, romance. Our friendly neighbourhood Serim can already act as a matchmaker even in this early access part of the game. If you go to this point on the map, you'll find an NPC called Petra. She'll tell you about how bored and lonely she is, but if you carry on the conversation, you can actually convince her to go to the local inn for the evening. And if you go to this point on the map, you'll find another NPC called Giles, and it's basically rinse and repeat of what you've just done. Exhaust his conversation and he will agree to meet in the inn later. Once you've finished speaking to Petra and Giles, you can then go to the Loom Inn, run by the ever-cheerful Caroline, and see your matchmaking skills at first hand. This could simply be part of a quest that hasn't been properly fleshed out yet in this early access version of the game, but it could also point to a mechanic that's coming down the line. Maybe it's going to be possible to form closer ties with certain NPCs. Number 1, the War Room. I feel the War Room is going to gain more and more importance as the game goes on. Not only do we have the storyline of the Serim being brought in to fight the pestilence, but we also have quite a strong political storyline running alongside it. It looks like the role of Odessa and the Risen is going to become much more pronounced when the game comes out of early access. And it looks like we may get a battle between the Sacra separatists and the mainland, ruled by the king and the Madrigal, who seems to be pulling a lot of the strings. Could we see some larger scale battles taking place and the planning for all this happening in the War Room? If early access is anything to go by, this game is going to be fantastic when it's in full release. Moon Studios have obviously put a lot of effort into getting things right and they're listening to their community. I think the game is going to be a surefire hit. What do you think about No Rest for the Wicked early access, and what do you think is coming in version 1.0? Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.